Welcome to Viking Preparedness. I'm Pastor Joe Fox, and this is my brother, Travis. And we were sitting here talking because we've been working our heinies off, and it's hot, and we're tired. And we were talking about how people don't understand on community. You know, people like the idea of community, right? And they watch our videos, and they're like, oh yeah, I'd like to do that. And we've had so many guests here, and probably half of the guests who've come have been hardworking, and about half of the guests who have come have not been. And people get out here and they're like, oh, it's like that. It's hot out here, isn't it?
It is a little hot.
Did we sweat today at all?
No.
No, not us, because we're all, special ops guys. We don't sweat. They teach us that in our courses. No, but what Travis said, Brother Travis said we should talk about is something I was kind of ranting about, and that was you storing food and forming some kind of community or team. It's so cheap to put food up, and it's so important, and I beat people up about it, and I rail about it, and I've told you about it, and I have videos on how to do it, and people don't do it. And then we were talking, it's like, if people show up later and they don't have food, people I've told, do you feel sorry for them?
No.
My brother feels sorry for a little. It's like, come on, people. You need roughly, very roughly, rule of thumb, per person, 100 pounds of corn, 100 pounds of rice, 100 pounds of wheat, 100 pounds of beans. Put it in some buckets and Mylar, bags with oxygen absorbers, and you're good. And you can do that for less than $300 a person and have a year's supply of food. Why is that important? Why should they do that now instead of going to the mall and buying a new couch?
Because you can't eat your couch.
Can't eat couch?
You can try.
And if you're sitting on top of a year's supply of very basic food like that, granted, you'll get bored eating it. At least you've got that food. So when your little girl looks at you and says, Daddy, I'm hungry, or Mommy, I'm hungry, at least you can feed them something, and you don't have the panic setting in of having no food. And it gives you time to think and to do other things. And so go buy food. Go do it now. You're running out of time. Right now, food's cheap, and you can buy it in many, many places. They could be coming soon when you can't buy it anywhere for any price.
Well, so briefly tell them.
Yeah. No, you tell them. Go ahead.
Well, okay, so what do you guys call it? The seed store?
Feed store.
Co-op. Oh, wow. Big camera. Okay, so co-op. 50-pound jug of corn, wheat, rice. I think it was, how much did you say it was?
Corn is like 100 pounds of corn, 50 pounds of corn for $15, $12.
So you're talking $30 a person for 100 pounds of something.
Yeah.
It's too easy. I mean, yeah, it's a lot to go out and buy a 60-pound or $60 jug of food on Amazon.
Right.
Yeah, that turns out to be $2,000 when you do the math. But that is a lot easier, I think.
Well, yeah, and if you have the money, and you feel like it, go ahead and order like emergency essentials. We took that pallet load of food in. You're probably going to be ordering food from somebody like them, right? Something like that.
Just because I don't want to transport 2,000 pounds of food.
Right, they'll bring it here.
Yeah.
Right. So there are options. I'm just giving some of you without money or without a lot of money other options. You can buy that food now. Buy it now. And the other thing is getting together with like-minded people. You need to form a posse. You need to form a group, a cohort, a team, a community of whatever kind, because you cannot do this yourself. I'm not going to go into details about what we were doing today, but we had two men working from morning until it's getting to be later afternoon. And then the amount of work that when you're actually living in this environment to do, it's a lot. And you need bodies to do it. And, somebody, if times are bad, you and I would be doing that work. So who's pulling security?
Right.
Because somebody's got to be pulling security. And when you're pulling security, that's all you're doing. You're not working, you're not helping, you're not, shoveling with a rifle on your back and calling that pulling security. Think deer hunting. When you're deer hunting, you're not also planting a garden. When you're deer hunting, you're not also working on the truck. All right? And so you're going to have that. That's probably another video for another time. But please, now, this weekend, go get some chow. Start putting up food for you and your family. 12 buckets a person is a year's supply of food per person. It's pretty easy to do. Start talking to your neighbors, or move to a place where you can talk to your neighbors. If you're surrounded by meth heads, probably don't want to live there when the balloon goes up.
Well, I guess I want to point out something too.
Good.
So what's the alternative? you're either going to have to go take someone's food, or they're going to come take your pretend food because you don't have food, right? But either way, it's going to happen. So it's like, do you want to actively have to put yourself in danger because you didn't prepare to go take someone else's food, which 80% of people probably have to do.
Thou
right?
shalt not steal. Right?
What happens if they're, yeah.
That puts you in a bad place.
It does.
And you don't have to be in that place. You can be ready now so you don't have to go steal somebody's food. Matter of fact, you can put yourself in a position now where you can help that old lady or that widow down the street. Or guess what? There will be real orphans, with no state-sponsored taking care of them. There will be little kids, ragamuffins, running around the street without parents. Somebody's got to take care of them. And that's our duty by God, to take care of widows and orphans.
I've got a 2-year-old daughter, and if she's not eating, she'll be eating.
She'll be eating. We'll make sure she's eating.
Well, yeah, but like as a father, I can't.
Sorry.
Be an option. Bugs.
Spider, bugs crawling on me. All right, so that's our exhortation to y'all. Get some food, get some friends. All right, I'll see you out there, maybe.